Hey everybody, welcome once again. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like and subscribe. A big welcome to all my students. And as you know, this is a brand new semester and the subject that we are going to study is school organization and classroom management. Unit 1.1 is titled as Meaning and Functions of School Organization. So let's begin. Now, all of us have gone to school, and anyone that goes to school is rather blessed. As we all know, school plays a crucial role in the molding of society, and it builds it. In fact, the function of developing the future citizens of any country is entrusted to the school system. Organizing efficient and good schools for its citizens is the most important responsibility of a society or a state. As future citizens, children enjoy certain rights. The school is under an obligation to satisfy those rights. The student teachers of today are the future teachers of tomorrow. Therefore, they should understand the need for efficient management of schools, and that is the reason why this topic is rather important to trainee teachers. In this unit, the student teachers will understand the meaning and aims of educational management, educational principles, and types of educational management. We will also see striking or contrasting features of what is organization, what is administration, what is management, how these terms are similar, and what are their key roles or functions. Management and administration are not the same. Management means to run, handle, conduct, or control. It provides guidance and direction to individuals in relation to organization and tries to link up different aspects. The word management has three different connotations. It is used as a noun, it is used as a process, and it is also used as an academic discipline. Administration as a term is used at different levels. Educational administration is an old traditional concept, and it is autocratic in nature. It lays a lot of stress on rigidity of rules and regulation. It covers aims and objectives, plans and programs of an educational institution. It is also result oriented, and more accountability is emphasized when we talk about educational administration. Now let us go ahead to define school. Now, as we are aware, school as a term has different meanings. Now, in India, a school is referred to as a temple, or rather in older years, schooling was something that had a lot of prestige attached to it. So the sir or the teacher was considered to be the guru, and the student was considered to be the shishya. So it was a guru and a shishya in a temple, which was referred to as the school. So the school was a place where students would utilize their leisure hours perfectly, and they would master different subjects and various skills. According to the Rig Veda, education has been defined as something which makes a man self-reliant and selfless. Another of my favorite definitions of the school is the one that is proposed by John Dewey. School is a special environment where certain quality of life and certain types of activities are provided with the objective of securing the child's development along desirable lines. All definitions emphasize that school is a place of learning and a place where knowledge is imparted to prepare the child for life through life experiences. It is a place where the minds of the future citizens are molded and where their habits, attitudes, and aptitudes are formed. It is a place where talents are recognized, and after this kind of recognition is established, certain direction is given to the child. Once the teacher knows that a child is good at something or is weak at something, accordingly steps are taken for enhancement of the child's talents, skills, personality. And as you know, the modern day education is all about all round development of the child. Now, organization, as you know, it is a noun. It means to organize something, and it also means it also has the meaning that something is already formed, it's already organized. So it is a noun and it is also like a system. So over here in our subject, organization stands for structure, framework, system for an organized body. It is directly concerned with planning and efforts made by the people. Now we know that organizations are formal and also informal. Now, formal organizations are established by external authority. There are positions held by protocol or hierarchy or order, and it is a very systematic approach when we talk about formal organizations. On the other hand, we have informal organizations. So over here, each member of the group is able to interact with every other member of the group. There is a lot of flexibility, and because it is informal in nature, it is something that has grown out of the formal organization on account of the relationships that people have with each other. There is no specific law and order as such. It is more based on equality and because of the mutual and jovial relationships that people have with each other. And evaluation. Let's try to understand each one of them. Now, planning, as you all know, is a very important step in educational management. Planning is an ongoing process. We plan this year for the next year, we plan today for tomorrow, and we also plan unit wise, we plan semester wise, we plan weekly. So planning is ongoing all the time. There is not much that can be achieved in an educational organization in the absence of planning. So we have our academic calendar or the academic year, we have our instructional days. So sometimes planning starts way before the year actually starts. Sometimes its planning is at the beginning of the academic year, and it also then goes on throughout the year. So planning precedes every performance. The next function is organization. Now, it is the fundamental task in every administration. Organization is like the machine for getting things done. It is mainly concerned with provision, arrangement and manpower which enable the administration to carry out its functions. And in fact, administration works through the available organization. So administration and organization complement each other and they work hand in hand. Talking about the next function, that is direction. It is the process of guiding the human efforts and achieving the aims and set objectives. Direction represents leadership, which has a key role to play in administration. This is the authority which directs work and gets things done. Direction shows the way. It channelizes the entire organization towards the common goals of it. The next one is control. Now, as you know, in an educational institution, there are different players or different people. Even in terms of manpower resources, we have people at a higher position, we have people at a lower position, we have people working at intermediate positions. So different functionaries are made to preserve the common goal of proper control. In administration, there is always the involvement of number of people. So for everything to work smoothly, there is a said control that is necessary. The next one is coordination. This is the process of harmonizing in a different uniform way all the elements. So it is like bringing everybody together, bringing every resource together. So coordination would be the division of labor, allocation of tasks, giving responsibilities, maintaining good rapport, establishing boundaries, supervision, etc. Last function is evaluation, which is the process of formulation of judgment. Evaluation also includes recording and reporting, which is like an essential element of management itself. Since administration is a dynamic process, it has to be reviewed from time to time, examining the extent to which objectives have been achieved, and reasons for failure also have to be analyzed. Proper evaluation enables the management to understand its own strengths and weaknesses, and planning for introduction of better techniques or discovery of new knowledge or processes. So evaluation is something that is dreaded by most people. Even students don't like being evaluated, but without evaluation there is no diagnosis. And now if you ask me what is the need for school organization, I would say that school organizations are in a constant process of change. School education is in a constant process of change. There is always a need to facilitate student learning in a specified direction in the changing process. Also, if we want to focus on goal development, the educational system is a subsystem of the society, and therefore the society not only provides human and non-human resources but also has certain expectations that the schools will achieve certain goals. So because since society is in constant process of change, and because this change has to be for the better, and because they rely on schools so much, every school or any institution needs to be organized and there has to be proper management. So students, that was it for the day. If you have still not subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to do so. If you have any difficulties, doubts, queries, or even if you want to give some inputs, please feel free to post in the comments, or please share on the platform of Google Classroom. Thank you.